Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about some recent trends that have a huge impact on the way that we view the software engineering field. We will talk about agile methods, reuse of components, and heterogeneity. And the first one, Agile Manifesto. So now I will use two terms. One is building a product successfully, and the term is building a successful product. So those are actually different. So building a product successfully does not mean building a successful product. And like if you build a product successfully, it actually does not create any value for customers, but building a successful product does. So our aim should be building a successful product rather than building a product successfully. But before the arrival of Agile Manifesto in software industry, this was not the case. Software were being done by following a rigid process. A lot of importance was given to documentations. So developers only cared about following those contracts instead of delivering a useful product. So as a result, products were not meeting customer expectations and failing at a major rate. So then in 2001, 17 software developers came together to discuss a lightweight software development method, and they came up with a manifesto with 4 values and 12 principles to make the software development process more agile. So this manifesto is known as Agile Manifesto, and the values and principles brought tremendous improvements in software development process. So now we are going to talk about these 4 values in Agile Manifesto. The first one is individuals and interactions over process and tools. So when you are delivering a software, no matter how detailed and well defined the process is, there will always be some barriers which could not be anticipated by any process. So such barriers are overcome by when individuals sit together, discuss together, and find the solutions of the problem. So that's why Agile Manifesto says that we should focus more on having competent people working together effectively. So process and tools should be used, but only until they are making things easy and effective. So that's why Agile Manifesto focuses on individuals and interactions over process and tools. So the next one is working software over comprehensive documentation. So if we focus too much on documentation long before implementation, then those costs and time for documentation might go in vain. Suppose you have documented features, specifications, layouts, requirements, test cases long before you implement it. So, but those will be outdated soon. Those requirements will be changed. So instead of taking a lot of time on long documentation and then taking feedback on the basis of documentation, we should take feedback on the basis of our working software. So a basic software with all basic features should be developed first, and then it should be given to the end users. And then on the basis of the feedback received from those end users, further developments should be carried out. So that's working software over comprehensive documentation. So the next one is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. So in traditional software development, customers are usually involved in only 3 times: at the beginning for contract negotiation, one more time if there are any changes in the contract, and at the end. They are actually neglected during the process. So as they are not taking constant feedback, the end product might not satisfy the customer. So that's why Agile Manifesto favors customer collaboration over contract negotiation. So if you take constant feedback from customer, then customer will know if anything is going wrong, and then he can direct the developers. So the next one is responding to change over following a plan. So in traditional approach, details plan were created at the beginning and then those were followed throughout the process. But when software is developed with agility, we start with a plan which gives us enough idea about the direction that we want to move. Then, as we proceed and see new events unfolding in front of us, we incorporate those realities into our ongoing work. So, this gives us additional values. So, that's why we should focus on responding to change over following a plan. So, those are four values for Agile Manifesto. And the next recent trend is shifting from producing software to using software. So there is considering the time to market and cost, organizations are now encouraged to assemble systems out of existing components rather than developing those components from scratch. So on one hand, builders build software, and on the other hand, integrators integrate those pieces into end user applications. And to the customer, the software development process is not interesting anymore. Only the resulting product counts. Customer only want their resulting product. They are not interested in the whole process. So this shift has given rise to new topic within software engineering such as component-based software development, commercial off-the-shelf components, or software product lines and services. So now we are going to talk about another recent trend, so that is heterogeneity. So software development is becoming more heterogeneous. In the old days, a software development organization had everything under control. But nowadays, software is being developed by teams scattered across the globe. Even part of it can be outsourced to a different organization. And software incorporates components those are acquired from some other suppliers or services found on the web. As a consequence, one is not in control anymore. So here I want you guys to pause here and think about which of the following do you consider as software engineering principles. So we have learned about Agile Manifesto today. We have talked about the shift from producing software to using software, and we have also talked about globalization. So now give yourself a pat on the back. We are done with chapter 1. So in chapter 1, we have learned about what software engineering is, and we have learned that software engineering is concerned with the problems that have to do with the construction of large programs. We have known that software engineering is a balancing act, and we have shown it how. And also we know that solutions are not right or wrong here. Most of them are ethical judgment, and there and also you have learned about the phases of the software development. We have learned about software maintenance, and we know how it is actually concerned with ensuring that the software keeps pace with the real world being modeled. And we spoke about software lifecycle, ethics, agile methods, reuse of components, and at last, globalization. Thank you.